Yo, this is King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. I wanted to speak on what I've been noticing in my community. I noticed that there are a lot of young individuals who are listening to OGs that say, don't believe what anyone that's positive is saying. They're telling the youngins don't believe us. All the OGs, I don't care if you got a positive message that's 100% or halfway positive message, and what they're doing is they're trying to keep them in their web of the negative things they do. I'm gonna say this to these youngins. You got the ability to control your life. Allah gave you control over your life. So anyone that you're speaking to that can convince you to do something, you're being a follower. And I'm telling you just like this, there's no honor in that. The reason why it's not is because you'll find out that following other people's leads will get you in trouble. The goal is to go positive 100%, you know. I'm never saying to the kids or the youngins or the young adults, stay selling drugs. Just continue to sell drugs. If you continue to sell drugs, things will go your way. The reason why I never say that, because at the end of the day, to keep it 100 with y'all, that will not happen. It won't go your way. It seems like it's going your way for a long time. I know, like it always is, like the devil pulls you in and gives you a whole lot of money. And then you'll notice that things start happening very harsh. You know, you'll start noticing your friends dying. You'll start noticing things happening to you in reference to your family. They're being caught up in drug sales. They're running in the house. You know, when the family is like, whoa, we don't sell no drugs, but you do. And I'm telling the youngins that that's the most dishonorablest thing you can do, you know, because that means you don't have no respect for your family house. You know, I mean, okay, you want to sell drugs, you want to be negative, you want to be a bum, end up a bum rather, because that's the route you go when you do that. Or others to keep themselves cool and to continue to get money and make themselves safe and secure in their bag, they just get down with the confidential informants and they become one of them individuals, so you won't really tell or who they have become. And that's the spooky thing, because the family should understand, the youngest should understand, and the parent, like the mother, the single mother, she should understand, because you never know who you're bringing around your child. You could be bringing a known informant around your child, and you'll have women say, well, I ain't with all that, and I don't know how you can really say that I would, and blah, 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 blah. No, miss, pause for a second. Let me give you some type of understanding. And I hope you're listening and paying attention very well. The police can just run in your house. That person could have been talking about telling people to meet me here, meet me there, and the feds could be listening to them, and they'll come into your house. They'll have a warrant to come in your house legally. Now, the other way you could be hurt is individuals that the things that you have done negative in the streets or whatever, it could fall back on your family members. It could fall back on your girlfriends. It could fall back on your wives. Ladies, the stuff that you have done with other guys, taking their money and stuff like that, it could fall on your new dude. No one pays attention to that and always say, why did this happen? It's causes and effects in life. And you're the cause. If your mother house get ran in and they find drugs, you're the cause of their house being taken. If your grandmother home, innocent older lady, you might just stop through, stash stuff in there, nobody know where she lives at. But the feds or the stick-up boys do. They come in there and they do something to your elderly grandmother, not knowing that she's in there, or whatever the case may be. Females get you caught up, period. The streets will get you caught up in a bondage, period. But everyone wants to have that mind frame like nothing is happening while they're in the mix. They act like they don't have to pay attention. They don't have to look around. They don't have to look behind them. And they do. But more than anything, they got to start making a decision. See, it took me many times of going back and forth to jail for me to make this decision. You know, that I'm not going to be involved with selling drugs anymore. And when I came home in 2010, I can't lie, I entertained the thought 1,000,001 times. Because it would be so tight, it would be so hard, you know what I'm saying? What woke me up is I met an individual that I seen that I was in the feds with, and he was a stand-up dude in the feds. I mean, His paperwork was cool and everything. But I didn't know he had prior charges to the charges that he had, that he was locked up for. I didn't think about it. I didn't care because we had an honorable friendship. It wasn't until somebody saw me talking to that individual and it scared me to death. And the person told me, they said, listen, I just saw you talking to so-and-so. Don't talk to him. There is no paperwork. Don't bring the, it's an older dude told me that. Said there is no paperwork or anything of that nature out on him. But it's 3 times he done something. And in the people paperwork, it said confidential informant. So I know for a fact that this individual has been locking people up. But guess what? He's never had a thing where he signed paperwork and got people arrested. He's a confidential informant. I'm like, hold up, explain this, man. That don't make sense. What you mean? I haven't got no paperwork yet? No, on his cases, he didn't. I guess since he been home from jail, he started working with him. He got pulled over, had some drugs in his car. They told him, listen, what you need to do. Go to these other people's house. Once you go to those other people's house, come back, just give her the money, Xerox copy. We do all of that. And what we'll be able to do is get a warrant off of that alone. And when that person told me that, man, you know what it made me do? It quickly made me think different. It gave me an understanding. It said, yo, King Erna, you cannot go in that same direction anymore. Did you hear what Brother Falam just told you? He just told you that. The guy that you was just speaking to that you thought was the livest, stirlest dude in the world, you thought he was sterile. And I was entertaining the thought of maybe if I deal with him 1 or 2 times, get a couple of dollars, I'll be good. Because what he was speaking about was too easy for me. And I was thankful that I ran into the brother I did, who happens to be an individual that had just left the streets and wasn't in the streets no more. And he said, man, I know you're not involved in the streets and that no more, but dudes like him, they'll drag you along, man. They'll paint a bigger picture, man. He said, you've been doing what you've been doing. He said, man, why don't you start talking to the youth or start doing something, man. He said, your story is crazy and the youngins gonna follow you, man. You're not a dummy, bro. He said, you can really, really help them and at the same time, help your family. Guess what? I listened to him. That brother isn't here no more with us. He's gone, he died. But the fact that he got killed, rather, the fact that he gave me that information, I will forever love him. I will forever, ever, ever have that special place in my heart to remember that he gave me a jewel that I didn't pay attention. I begin to look at everybody that was mentioning hustling to me, knowing I had stopped, as a confidential informant. I had a guy on Instagram. The guy is from Baltimore, right? I'm not going to go too far into it. But I got another good brother from Baltimore by the name of Amaretta Don. You go follow him on Instagram. His name is Eric Bennett, man. And a lot of people got to Google him, man. He gave back a lot of time. He was framed on a lot of different things. And he's a very, very sturdy individual. Well, the rat got in my DM and was telling me how much he loved what I'm doing, and keep exposing these dudes and stuff like that. And you know, when people say I'm exposing individuals, I kind of like be like, why is he using the word exposing? Because I'm not exposing. Exposing is people not knowing something about somebody. I'm actually getting the understanding of these documentaries, and I'm giving you guys the understanding of what direction to go into, only because it'll help the community be safe, and it'll help us get an understanding of why we shouldn't be following the negativity and why we shouldn't. It should make the children scared to ever want to be involved. When they hear the story of white boy Rick, it should make them scared, like, yo, I'm not going to do that, because he was forced and kind of switched, and his dad put him onto it, and that's who he became, and now he's a living rat. No one honors this guy. I mean, Detroit, let's just say he's not even from there anymore, because his honor isn't intact. And a lot of Detroit dudes got some honor, just like all our cities. But the paperwork thing is really about to be something that doesn't exist. This guy from Baltimore, when he done what he done to me, he kept asking to see me, and I was like, I don't want to see this guy. I'm like, damn, why he keeps saying it in my DM? So I said, damn, maybe he was a good brother and he's really trying to do some positivity to help out the Honor Your Life campaign. So, I reached back, yo, hey, what's going on? How you feeling, brother? Oh, man, what's going on? When I asked him about the honorable brother, he instantly said, yeah, I know him. We came in together. I said, you don't follow him? Because if you follow somebody, you're going to actually make sure that if you know somebody, you're going to follow. Didn't follow him, man. You know what he done? Gave me this excuse why he didn't respond right back when I asked him about it. He said that he was actually having sex with his girl, whatever. Too much information for me. But what I told him was, I'm a man of honor. I stand on 10 toes. I don't know what made you come to me, but you're coming off like a rat. I smelled him. Then I waited a week and I hit E. I said, E, let me ask you a question. Do you know this guy? And I screenshot a picture of him from his Instagram and sent it to E. And E says, yes, brother, no go. I wouldn't even converse with him with all the, he said, I wouldn't even converse with him with all the positivity you got going on. He said, man, keep going in the right direction. And this is coming from the Honorable Eric Bennett, a good man, that gave back a lot of time and changed his life around. I'm honored to have a brother like that. I'm honored to have a friend like that. Although me and this brother have never met each other, but we knew some good men that knew some good men. And it was like automatically honored, you know what I'm saying? When I was putting out Leak Moss music, he was, yo, it's cold, I like it, da-da-da-da-da. But he saved my life because I could have asked this guy that was the informant that they sent to me to ask me this. I could have told him, could be a part of the Honor Your Life campaign. That informant, or whatever he is, whatever kind of rat he is, because I didn't have to go no further. When a good man vouches on anything, it's almost like a sheikh giving up confirming a hadith. I'm going to honor it. You see what I'm saying? But what I done was, I didn't contact the individual back. I didn't block him. I kept my positivity going on. But like I said, I'm thankful to E because he saved my life. Because if I'd have asked that guy to come down and be a part of the Honor Your Life campaign, you never know. He probably would have came down with anything, man, and planted something on me and put me in jail. Lie on me like, yo, this guy is involved. This guy does this. This guy done that. And just because his GPS said he came to Philadelphia, they'll say, well, he assumed he did. And that's the most craziest thing, youngins. That's what made me back up off of it, was the fact that someone could lie on me. Someone can actually take things that they know about whatever they've done in their life and actually put them on you. And the feds, they have no choice but to believe it. And that person get a downward departure once, if they ever had to go to trial. But if they're an informant, they'll begin to get paid the more buses that they bring down. If you're hearing this story here and you still want to sell drugs, I don't know what to say. I'm not saying that if you're hearing this story, you're probably going to stop selling drugs. I'm saying if you're hearing this story and in your brain, you're not thinking about stopping, I don't know what's wrong, because it's showing you that, first of all, it's not your world anymore. It's not the good people world. It's not the men of honor world. Our world has to come down to the understanding of us creating positivity earns by creating jobs for ourselves, because they're not hiring convicted felons. Do you understand that they are not hiring convicted felons? When they do, they want us to slave. So the best thing you can even do, it's one of the two things. Either if you got some pennies and you got a wife or somebody who supports you, your friends that love you, that'll be like, yo, while you go to school, we'll help you. Do that until you can build yourself an education where you're the boss of that education, or get you a 9 to 5, right? Hustle, work. When I say work, not hustle, like hustling don't have to be drugs. Hustle with that job, get overtime, do everything, time and a half. Let the family know, I'm gonna be out, I gotta go, I'm working. And once you get enough money to do what it is you wanna do, you start your corporation, And you don't stop right away. Stop your 9 to 5. You keep working, and you're gonna see your corporation do it. Got this game from my brother Leon Grant, very positive individual, man, changed his life, got on the stand for me, spoke in my defense. No, he was with me at that time. There's no way he could have been there. That type of friend, a good brother. In one of the cases, a guy lied, said I shot him in his face, man. He lied on me. I didn't do it, but at them times when I was a kid, I was popping Xanaxes and all that, so I don't know who I may have got with that may have done it. I could have lied on a lot of people and say, that person done it, this person done it, that person done it, because the dude wasn't really sure, but they helped me. But my brother Leon Grant, he came and he testified to the truth, because at the end of the day, I was with him, So, but he changed his life around, and I begin to understand that I got friends and stuff like that. When I say friends, I'm speaking of people I grew up with from my ankle high. When I speak of those of honor, I'm speaking of the brothers that if you ever see me in a picture with that person had to show me some type of extreme love. If you ever heard me hashtag anybody and you see me do it, that person showed me some extreme love. And guess what? That extreme love was regular love. So I know who's for me and who's against me. Those of honor is for me. My positive journey is like, do it because they are positive. My one friend that I grew up from the ankle up, Leon Grant, he's for me. I come home from jail, the man had clothes for me. Out of love, out of honor. I didn't have to call him and ask him about this. I come home from jail. While I was in the can, I got in contact with Nell. I said, Nell, you looked at my block of my life, I love you to death. I'm on my way home. Boom, 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 boom. She said, I'm going to get with my children and I'm going to see what we can put together to help you. And guess what? They helped me. So when you remember things of that nature, you say, you know what? I don't want to hear about what I helped them with before in life. So when they would bring up, I remember you done this for me, that's irrelevant. You know why? Because it's about going on the right path. And I brought up these friends. Listen to me. See how my hand going? I brought up those friends to let you know that you have to go for the friends and the brothers of honor that love you the most. The ones that care about you, that call you and make sure your life is okay. How did you sleep? Did you live? Did you eat? You didn't choke off a chicken bone. You see? Don't lose relationship with good men in order to show off your negativity. It doesn't have another mind. If you're going to deal with good men, go in the right direction of a good man. Don't take all the jewels they give you and try to figure out how you can do 1,001 negative things, because those negative things are never going to work out. I was talking to a brother the other day, and he said that a lot of things was going bad for him because he wasn't praying. And what ends up happening is that's the truth. You can be doing everything positive in the world, but then as soon as you stop praying, everything start going bad. You know why? You sometimes praise Allah to get things, to get blessings, and then when those blessings come, we don't give the love and the honor back. And he still loves and honors us, still continuing to bless us. I'm telling the youngins this today, and this coming from me, from the bottom of my heart. Stop selling drugs now. Stop committing violent crimes now. Don't let them lock you up, get the benefit of saying, look at him. If you got a baby mama that you're not dealing with, if you got friends, you got homies some people that don't like you, they get the chance to say, look what I told y'all. He's gone, he's in jail. And you know what? You lose everything. More important, you use your honor and your children and everybody. They end up calling some other man daddy. Your nieces and nephews that you've been helping out, showing love, they end up calling somebody else uncle, because at the end of the day, you're in prison. So now you're not able to be the leader of your family. You're not able to associate with good people. You couldn't take time out and invest your money into something positive, yo. You couldn't do it. You wanted to be cool. You had to be on the gram with all the big money when you could have been on the gram inside the bank money. You could have had the bank money. Check. Show the youngins how to go fill out a bank account. But instead, you fell for the dummy John like I did. I'm just praying, youngins. I'm praying that y'all get out quicker than I did. Y'all stop selling drugs quicker than I did. Y'all don't have to, I pray that y'all don't have to go through what I had to go through in order to see that I was a violent individual. I pray that y'all never have to see people turn their back on you because you're just a little too rough. And don't get me wrong, keep your principle and your aggression the way it is, but not everybody can be like that. Not everybody can turn their aggression down. Guess what you gotta do? You need help. You gotta see a psych. Now, some gonna say, well, the psych gonna tell you a lot because the psych is gonna listen to you. And most of us like to talk and vent. Like, this is therapy for me. This keeps me doing the right thing. The more I talk to the youth and I speak positivity, it keeps me doing the right thing because at the end of the day, guess what? I don't care about negativity. I just care about our youth and our children that's doing it and the young adults and the people that I know and love. We got to all get it together. I don't care what kind of friend you got, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. I don't care what kind of friend you have, but if that friend isn't telling you to do right and he or she is doing right, that's not a friend. I'm King Erner from the Honor Your Life campaign. The goal is to save lives and to get individuals to honor their own lives, give them responsibility. I want for everybody to do me a huge favor because I have the facility together. The only thing is that I don't have the cameras that I need for all the streaming. I don't have the money to take these children to go clothes shopping when they come to my understanding, my program, when they come down there and be like, we don't have nothing to do this. We don't have no food. We don't have that. I can't help them. So I need help on that end because the business is going correctly. But it's just getting together. And you guys, a lot of y'all, see me start off doing it. I need for y'all to go follow me on the Honor Your Life campaign. That's my business page. I don't run that page, but someone does. Someone runs the nonprofit page, which is the Honor Your Life campaign, and someone also runs the Honorable Earners page, which is also the what? The clothing page. Go follow Honor Your Life campaign on Instagram. Not Honor Your Life, but Honor Your Life campaign, because the Honor Your Life page, I lost the code, I can't find it, but the Honor Your Life campaign page is up. I have a GoFundMe in the bio. I'm going to attach it here. Be sure to go there and donate out of love and honor, not for me. And lots of people have donated to the Honor Your Life campaign before. And when I first got facilities to speak in and stuff like that, I would let everybody see it. So a lot of you guys isn't, y'all not dumb to what I got going on. You're not dumb to who I am. And you understand the message. You understand that my goal is to get the children to not follow no negativity and to watch out for the most thing that's bringing down our young black men, our young minorities, our young white men, our young men across the world. And that's being tricked by their own people, their own friends. The police officer that knowing their mother and father rode by their home all their life, but yet makes them an informant. I don't want to see our children go there. And some people just aren't going to stop. So you got to give them the understanding that, okay, whatever the case may be, you need to start stopping now. You need to start coming away from that now for that huge indictment come down. And you go away for the rest of your life because stand-up men accept this. But it's some individuals that got to stand up, and guess what? Sometimes they're not even a part of organizations. They still got to stand up. How about that? So let's start getting past all that paperwork junk. That's a bunch of nonsense. Remember, there are confidential informants that move around. And let's start understanding and looking at the individual. Don't judge them and say what they are and they aren't. But once once three or more people, a Muslim here, witnesses count in Islam. If 3 people come to you and say this person is way out of order, let's be leery of them, even if you didn't see anything, because it's like, why does all these people have to say that about that individual? And once again, King Erna is open to meet anybody, anywhere, and have a paperwork party, because I have my information from when I was 11 years old on up. Yes, everything. And guess what it says on every last one of mine? No co-defendants. But more than anything, I never really dealt with people. Over 20 years ago, when I was into selling drugs and stuff like that, I didn't pay for it. I just took it and kept their money and kept it pushing. They're mad still probably, but at the end of the day, they'd rather me here than rather me there. And one more gem, youngins. Don't think you changing is going to be an easy task. There are going to be people that notice that you have changed, and they're going to follow you and bother you and try to get under your skin. They won't do it to your face and stuff like that, but they'll play on social media, making their own emails up and coming and saying different things. The most powerful weapon you have is block. B-L-O-C-K. Block them. Don't give them power over what you have, your corporation. A person that got a huge corporation that's selling things, they're not going to let somebody walk in their corporation and sell and do and say what they want. They want to block them, get them out of there. Same thing like what you're doing, block individuals. Because what happens is the more you do good, the shaitan, he sends his helpers at you. And they're going to, oh, you've done this back in the day, you've done that, you've done that. If you are the type of people that they say in the comments, then you will get caught up in responding and mentioning. That's the worst thing you can do, is mention a person's name on your platform. You know what it does? It make everybody follow you. And I've had several people do that with me. You know what happened? Everybody followed me because they said, damn, that guy used to be a negative dude. He says it. He was very violent. But we're checking out who he is now. I done took and had to not respond to dudes' girls because the girl will start loving me. And it's like, oh, the dude might have mentioned me. It's like, oh, I ain't mentioning that guy. You can't mention them on your platform, because then they win. Whatever they got to say about you, especially if it's true, why are you speaking on it? Let the people make the decision of who they want to be. The thing is, as long as you wasn't a rat, a pedophile, or homosexual, your honor is intact. No matter what, because you know why? When it comes down to honor and strength and quantity of moving forward, you're able to fix your wrongs to the public, you know what I'm saying? You're able to fix it. Don't nobody want to forgive a rat, a pedophile, or a rapist. No one wants to do that. So we understand that those type won't get no forgiveness from mankind. Of course, Allah does as he wills. We have no control over that. Bottom line. But you yourself, you gotta stay tuned into who you are becoming and not worry about what everybody else got going on, because you're gonna miss out some important things in life. And in order for you to be a man of honor, in order for you to have all this loyalty that I'm speaking on, you gotta first be loyalty to yourself. Have loyalty to yourself. If you have a bunch of that, you're not gonna lose. I'm King Erna from the Honor Your Life campaign. Focus on you and changing you. Don't end up a white boy Rick. Don't end up an Alpo. Don't end up these dudes, man. Don't end up like that. And then on the flip side, don't end up like how I used to be. A straight up and down dude that never told on nothing, never raped nobody, never had no pedophile cases. But my negativity put me in a place in front of people where they just didn't like me. Now I don't care about who don't like me. It's about who loves me, who honors me, because I honor and love them back. Stay tuned in. Go to the Honor Your Life campaign right now. Hit that GoFund button and watch my program go. You guys got me here, the people that was donating at one time when I had all the other ones. Here, and I accomplished that, right? There, and I accomplished that. Remember, I had to sell all the tokens and the trans passes and all that, and I took the money and I made sure that I gave it to the youth. Remember when me and Natural Nails PA, a brother I was in the feds with, me and him got together, and what did we do? We gave thousands of dollars worth of sneakers away. Brand new Nikes. Not nothing that Nike sent us, but from our pockets. So you guys trust me and I trust y'all, but can't lie. If you're a person that was a rat, confidential informant, a rapist, or a pedophile, I'm sorry, I don't want your donation. King Earner Live and Direct, honorableearners.com, and make sure Honor Your Life campaign on Instagram. Get there, live and direct.